We've hit the halfway mark here in Las Vegas, and round number 5 is where things start to get real. Some contestants are clawing their way back into the conversation, and others are locking in on that gold buckle glow at the Wrangler NFR presented by Teton Ridge. Every seat is filled, every moment matters, and the Thomas & Mack is primed for another unforgettable night. Round 5 is on deck. Welcome to Rodeo Live. Rodeo Live. I just love how that sounds. I am your host, Sierra Spratt. Alongside me, a heck of an ensemble, I would say. Tim O'Connell, Jordan Joel Hollenbach, way down there, Mr. Luke Branquino. We are all tough enough to wear pink tonight, I guess, besides Luke.
Oh, no, I'm wearing pink.
Oh,
You just can't see it. That's my pink thong. Got it on. Feeling good, looking good under these clothes. Hey, I guarantee everybody out here that doesn't have pink on probably has a pink thong on, too.
That is way more information than any of us needed, for sure.
Listen. You gotta live it. Gotta love it. That's what I'm doing.
Viva Las Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. And what a crowd we got tonight for the halfway point in Vegas.
Yeah. Looking good out there.
Well, a little bit surprising, I would say. I mean, everyone was tough enough every night to ride as many as they possibly could. But, Tim, it was a little shocking in the bareback riding, I would say, last night. A couple guys weren't quite tough enough to stay on Indian Burns and Cloudy Skies.
No, in the saddle bronc riding, it was the E-pin last night, and the E-pin showed up in a big way. Let's start with Brody Wells. It all starts right here. Brody misses his mark out. Look at his rein. Where the first line is, he's pulling on his rein instead of having it out in front of him. His back should be breaking over that cantle. He's already being pulled forward. His feet are at the shoulders of this horse, and it's going to take all the momentum. Watch as he tries to re-throw everything. He misses on the second try. His free arm's coming forward. His rein's still in not the same situation. His feet are falling farther back as he tries to throw them back, and he's definitely out of position going forward to his swells. As this ride progressive, it only gets worse. He just keeps trying. You can see the weight coming off of his feet. When she finally rounds that corner, it hits the ejectocito off the wall.
Well, and I think that the eliminator pin last night, right? What's the mentality of how you guys are looking at that?
It's kill or be killed, and that's what you see right there. These are the biggest, these are the strongest, these are the nationals. And when it comes to nasty, this one is the worst of them all, Indian Burn. This is the trick with her. He is in perfect position. He's got his mark out, but look at where her head is when he leaves. She's got about 2 foot rearing off the back, heads up. Damien is in perfect position to nail the mark out and leave the start. But watch, this is what makes Indian Burn so tough. When she rounds the corner, she's phony with her head. She sticks that head right back into his right foot. It pulls all the weight out of his left foot on his saddle. He's got no pressure in his swells anymore. And as we go to the next clip, this is the result of it. It's an immediate throw to the ground. And there was nothing Damien could have done because he did everything perfect.
And I think, too, just watching this, I know so many of us were sad to see him take that, What do you do after, you've had such a good national finals up to round 4? How do you think he's looking at this moving forward?
Well, here's the deal in the Bronc riding. You'd get a mulligan and still get an average check. It's not as, like the bareback riding. If anything happens in the bareback riding, you are not going to get an average check. There's been plenty of times, and we've seen it last year with Ryder Wright. He misses his first round horse out. He goes and places 9 more times. He's the world champion at the end of the week. Damian's got to show up tonight and the next 5 nights after this, and he's still in this race.
Yeah, but you don't want to have to use a mulligan when you have 3 rights that are riding as good as anybody.
Yeah, these rights have showed up and showed out, and I don't know which one's the most impressive, to be honest with you. Ryder looks like typical 3-time world champion going for number 4. Superman is Superman. I think everybody here expected no less than that. You wanted to see what the return would be like. Could we have imagined it was going to be as great as that?
Well, unfortunately with those guys hitting the dirt, however, the one that stayed on and ended up on top is our Tractor Supply winning moment from last night, and that's Wasey Shalla in the bareback riding. A heck of a ride for sure.
Heck of a ride, but heck of a story in this. Look at Wasey right here. He's coming to the chute. He's looking at his rigging. He's talking to people. We're all kind of wondering what's going on. What we didn't see is when this horse came in, it broke his rigging. When he had to break your rigging in the hopper pin, and then he's scrambling. He's the second guy out of the bucking chutes. Who steps up in the bareback riding? Jess Pope. Jess Pope had a second rigging sitting in the back. They ran back, got Jess's rigging. He gave Wasey his rigging. Wasey went towards the end of the round, and man, oh man, did he capitalize on that.
But it was not only that. They went back and got the rigging. They had to put the pad in. There was a lot of adjustments, and it was a little bit big in his hand. Like you said, the hopper pin, okay. But if you get in the rank pin or the E pin, it's going to be tough to get through that.
I don't know if he would have done it in the eliminator pin. Wasey last night, he did say when that horse is circling around to that corner, his hand was coming out of that rigging. Jess's hand, he rides a 9.5 glove. Wasey rides an 8. That rigging was 2 times the size of what it should have been for Wasey. If it was any other pin, I don't know if it would have worked with that much pressure. But Wasey Shalla is Wasey Shalla for a reason. He didn't get bothered by it. He handled it like a veteran. The Brotherhood of the Bareback Riders stepped up. These guys are competing against each other for a lot of money, a world title race in the bareback riding, an all-around race, and you just going, hey, I got a spare one in the back, go grab that, go win.
Well, and that's what Cade Sonnier came about and talked on the NFR final last night. We talked about the steer wrestling camaraderie. These bareback riders, they all stuck together and bonded together last night.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like the bareback riding of the Brotherhood.
Yeah, and speaking of, we got to talk about Rocker Steiner, currently leading the world standings, and you mentioned earlier, Tim, that he's just doing what he needs to do. Nothing super flashy, nothing super out there. He just knows what he needs to do, and he's just doing it.
Well, I wouldn't take no flash. In second round, the third round, and the fourth round, he showed his flash why he came in number 1 in the world. He didn't have a good first round, made a rigging change, and that's been all the difference in these last 3 rounds.
I think you're going to have to elaborate a little more on how important these riggins are. We've heard that over and over again. What is the importance of these riggins here, especially riding 10 horses at the national finals?
Well, you get a rigging and you have to build it to your hand. There's epoxy, there's leather. It's a big leather glove to work your binds. It has to be shaped perfectly to your hand. It has to be built with the binds perfectly to your hand and the type of glove that you're riding. If things are not right, if your wedges don't line up, things are not going to fit right. Your hand's not going to come around to where it needs. Their angles will be off when you lay back on the bucking horse. Everything about these riggins, yeah, there's saddles that you can make work. Riggins are specifically designed by you to fit you.
Yeah.
Another cowboy we got to look at, too, is Sam Peterson. I feel like he's making a splash as well.
Oh, this kid has been so impressive at his first national finals. And he hasn't had the one. Last night, I really thought he was going to have the one, but this horse just had an off day for risky business. Sam Peterson, he has not had an off night at the Wrangler National Finals. He's fast with his feet. He's electric on the slam home. He doesn't ever get his upper body out of position. He looks at his target every single time. Both feet have been even through 4 rounds. I think tonight he's going to have a chance to really cash in and start moving back into this world title race. Rocker just has a death grip on this right now.
I love this new angle shot we've been having, too, watching the competitors go in. You can see that they are so pumped, and I mean, we're just really getting started.
Yeah, I mean, when you're coming down that tunnel, that's a special feeling to get to walk into the Thomas and Mack. And it don't matter if it's the first night, the 10th night, or round number 5. You're just excited to show up here and get to do your job on the world stage.
Well, let's take a look at the matchups that we have tonight. Who do you got your on? Who do you think is going to be going out on top tonight?
I mean, these matchups are crazy. This is the second favorite night of rodeo. This is the TV pin. If you're not a fan of bucking horse riding and bull riding, you're at the wrong show tonight. This is the best of the best. Jess Pope, 8 times he's done a matchup with Gunfire, 4th time at the national finals. Wacy Shala, breaking news. Rocker Steiner is gonna go up against the horse of the year in Lunatic Heaven. And then you go down the list, you got Mason Clement on Nightcrawler. The last 4 rounds in the TV pin and the 10th round have been won on that horse. This is the best of the best in all events tonight.
And we're going to be keeping our eye on Wacy Shala there in the all-around race because it has been so tight. We got to be talking about Stetson and Wacy as well because it's big news.
It is huge news. And Wacy punched, first go-round win at the national finals comes in the bareback riding last night. What does Stetson do? He answers the bell right back with a round win in the saddle bronc riding. They both buck off their bulls. So last night was nullified. He's really got a chance in Wacy tonight with that breaking news. If you remember back to the American, this is the horse Rocker Steiner won the American on. But this guy, Stetson Wright, he can do no wrong right now. I mean, he bucks off his first bull last night, and I wouldn't really call that getting bucked off more than run off.
Yeah, that was watching that on TV was horrible. That bull had to feel like absolute junk underneath him, but that's not going to affect him. In my opinion, he's like, okay, bucked off that one. We got a lot more to go.
Yeah, I mean, that's not going to affect Stetson Wright. He knew that he didn't do anything wrong other than the animal didn't perform as a bucking bull last night. And he just run out from underneath him. And there's no cowboy in the world that your mechanics are not built for bulls running off.
Now, Tim, I got to ask here. I mean, we're all looking at it. I mean, how heavy really is that bag that Stetson is unable to carry by himself?
Well, I mean, when you got your dad there to pick up the slack, why not?
All right, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we have a very exciting guest. None other than Chancey Williams will be joining us here up on the stage. Don't go anywhere. This is Rodeo Live, presented by Tractor Supply.
Rodeo Live is brought to you by Tractor Supply. For life out here.
And what an exciting night it's about to be here. Round number 5, Rodeo Live, presented by Tractor Supply. And we are back, and we are ready, and I know every fan is. Folds of Honor will be bringing us into the fold here with our very special guest. We got Chancey Williams up on the stage right now.
Yeah,
thanks for being here.
How's everybody doing?
Woo-hoo! Chancey, I think the last time you and I saw each other was when you were pushing my calf down to the catch pin at Cheyenne Frontier Days.
That's right. I get in the arena out there and get in the way a little bit, but yeah, it's always fun at Cheyenne.
I think it's always a very exciting thing to watch somebody that you love to see on huge stages. They get down in the dirt with those athletes and competitors. I mean, it's got to just make you relatable. And
well, it's a lot of fun. It's the best place to watch the rodeo at Cheyenne is out there on a horse and pushing steers out and hazing a little bit. So yeah, love being out there. Very fortunate they let me do that.
But there's got to be nothing quite like the NFR. They gonna let you in the Thomas and Mack then one day to help
they'll
out?
let me in here anytime soon today, I guess.
Well, Chancey, getting to know you the last several years, it's been fun. Getting to use your song on my show, as my show opened, I called Chancey. I was like, hey, man, love this song. Can we put it on the show? He's like, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's just because cowboys, we help each other out. That's how
right.
you've done your whole career, even in the industry.
Well, and that's why I write those songs about cowboys, is for my cowboy friends to use, and guys going up and down the road. Hopefully they're jamming those on the way to rodeo. So I try to write songs that are accurate for my friends that in the rodeo world.
And I think it's exciting to see that you're so passionate about your history and your roots, and we see that each and every day. I feel like we're fellow, because we both wear Cheyenne buckles, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, yours is a little different. Mine's from music, yours is from rodeo, but love Cheyenne buckles, those ones for sure.
Did that offend you?
I placed there one time in my whole career, one round. And the Cheyenne Hall of Fame, though.
How has it been conveying that passion, not just from what you do, but in your industry?
Well, as everybody's seen in the last few years with shows like Yellowstone and stuff, cowboys are here again, and it's fun to write songs that the rest of the world can relate to. Not everybody gets to live our lives in the rodeo world or ranching world, so like writing those songs, people can live vicariously through my music. If they've never seen what we do, they can hear about it in my music.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Well, when you look back, I think of you and Cody Johnson. You got to start in rodeo and now have built this awesome career in music. Did you ever think in your saddle bronc riding career that you would be here today as one of the greatest country artists of this generation?
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I never dreamed of that. When I was riding bucking horses, that's all I was focused on, and was playing music on the side just for fun. But it's sure amazing, and this is a good way to keep rodeoing later in life where you're not technically competing, but I get to go to a lot of rodeos and I get to sing about rodeo stuff, so it's fun.
Do you remember that ride that we just watched? I'm sure you do.
I do. I set the arena record twice that week in the rookie bronc ride, and I set it, and then we left town for a couple days and somebody set it. Then I came back, and they used to have the rookie bronc ride in the short go, and I set it again in the short go, so I set it twice that week. That was in the short go there.
Chancey, do you have something in those early days of your rodeo career, maybe not the biggest win, but that small moment that's always stuck with you here today?
Yeah, I don't know, for rodeo or for music? Both, yeah. I mean, like, when I was riding there at Cheyenne, I never dreamed I'd be on the main stage someday, So it's just, I guess it's the way the world works, I guess a small piece of me in the back of my mind, I thought I would love to do the main stage someday, but never thought it would happen. Just, we kept grinding and made it happen.
But there's only been 2 athletes that have competed in Cheyenne, in that arena, and then got to perform on the main stage. You and the legend Chris Ledoux.
Yeah, that's a fun stat to have with Chris. He's the king of Wyoming and always will be. He paved the way for all of us that do music, so that's a real fun stat to have with Chris, just because, and we all love Cheyenne so much because we're from there. It's the biggest stage in the West you can play, and it's the biggest rodeo we can compete in, so it's fun to have that with Chris for sure. He's one of my heroes.
So it looks to me like you're just getting started, and you're doing a great job at it. Where do you want to go from here with your music career?
Man, we just keep putting out music. I just put an album out about 2 months ago, and we've already got another 10 songs cut. We haven't got a full album ready to put out, so I'm just, all the time, the music business is crazy business, and it's hard to navigate through, but we stay in our lane, and I sing stuff about what I know about ranching and rodeo and cowboys, and I'll always trying to put out new songs and see if people take them in.
I got a pondering question, to say the least. If you could choose the greatest music career in the history of music, or the greatest saddle bronc riding career in the history of rodeo, which one would you have taken?
Oh, that's tough.
Good question.
I loved riding bronc so much, and I still miss it. I think every retired rodeo athlete will tell you that they'll never not think about it. So that's a tricky one. I think as far as longevity, I would say music because you see Merle Haggard and Willie Nelson singing till their 80s or 90s. So I would say just for the longevity, I would pick music.
I mean, are you ever going to get back on a Bronc, though? I mean,
well,
come
I
on.
hope not.
Hey, I came out of retirement. You can too.
Right. It's a little different. Well, I guess it's not much different. Steer wrestling's tricky, but if somebody was to guarantee me I wouldn't get hurt, I would get on one. But James at Red Bluff had me talked into getting in the Wild Ride in 2019, so I dusted off my saddle and talked myself into it, and COVID came. And I think God put COVID on this earth so I didn't get killed at Red Bluff. So, and then we played there in 22, and James was like, "Are you still getting on?" I'm like, "No, that ship has sailed."
Now, Chancey, you did mention that you're from Cheyenne. Wyoming is so special to you, as it is to me. And I want to know, just Wyoming, what's something that state teaches you that you wish everyone could know?
To me, it's one of the most beautiful places to live. I'm in Nashville a lot, and everybody down there is like, "Why don't you just move down here? You're here a lot." And I said, it's hard to explain. If you grew up in Wyoming, there's just something special about it. There's not very many people. The wind blows sometimes, and it's cold, but the summers are great, and my family's there. Grew up on a ranch in Moorcroft, Wyoming. It's hard to give that up. So Wyoming will forever be my home, and it's to me the greatest place on earth.
Well, I think Chris Ledoux said in his song "Western Skies," right?
I know. Yeah, and it's hard to explain to people that didn't grow up there because everybody drives across I-80 and it's windy and snowing, and they're like, "Why would you live here?" Because we keep the beautiful parts of the state a secret. Nobody gets to really see those.
Amen. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on the desk, Chancey.
Well,
and I'm
thank
sure
you guys for
everyone
having me on.
Very excited that they got to see him. If you want to keep seeing Chancey Williams, he's playing. Of course he is. You can't come to Vegas and not grab the guitar and go up to the microphone. Here's the list of everywhere that you can see Chancey Williams' upcoming shows. That's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, come out to South Point tonight. It'll be fun.
Well, thank you again. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to go right into the tie-down and team roping here, what to expect and what we watched last night. Don't go anywhere. This is Rodeo Live.
Rodeo Live is brought to you by Folds of Honor. Honor, educate, unite.
toughest sport on dirt, that 8-second ride with the cowboys and girls. Let the Bronx have the gate. Y'all better hang on. There's gold buckles at stake. Hit your feet, hit the lights, saddle up, 'cause it's finally time for Rodeo Live.
Rodeo Live, presented by Tractor Supply. People are staying out here. They're not going in the Thomas and Mack quite yet because they're watching our awesome show and checking out Jordan's amazing jacket. I must
Rock
add.
and P, they have been dressing me all week, and I got the bling going on tonight.
You wore enough pink for me, too.
I know, you're welcome. It's like a rodeo queen.
Yeah.
All right, we got to go into last night's big moment in the tie-down roping because Kincaid Henry with an amazing dedicated win for Memorial Night, but also a blitzing, blazing run, 7.1 for Kincaid.
Kincaid was thorough, set his run up, did his job, went to the South Point. He wrote this cap over the top of his head last night, and then he just gets there, sets him up one time, and he's out of there. I was excited to see Kincaid. He finally drew good, and he capitalized on it. That horse, Mario, is the veteran. He gives him so much confidence, and we see that here in this run.
But Jordan, you said it right there. That was a tough shot to be 7-1, and he was very confident when he took it. Anytime a calf steps off to the left, you have to look over your horse's head. You have to make sure that loop stays open. Kincaid executed that perfectly.
He did, and that is a tough shot because those guys are running at the barrier and they can't see anything, so it's a shot in the dark. So when it connects, it's all good and you run down there. But you can't ever count out Money Mayfield. He came in clutch again, 7-2. John Dowd got a good check last night. Haven measured, so it was a good run.
Yeah, speaking of Shad, big moment I think that we're all kind of paying attention to, despite that world champion race, is that Century Products century mark of passing $100,000 in NFR earnings.
This cap was strong last night, and Shad got it on him, and he just did what Shad does. He is the new world #1, and so this is the most confident I've ever seen Money Mayfield roping at the national finals. Like we said, he's won more than he's ever won at any national finals, even when he won his gold buckle. So it's been exciting to watch, and I can't wait to see what the next 6 rounds are going to bring.
And you know, I've seen it my whole career. Guys come in here and very capable and should be able to win here, but it takes them a little while to do it. And that's exactly what Shad Mayfield is. He's coming into the national finals, few years under his belt, now #1 in the world by about 6,000.
He is, but I'd hate to have that Riley Webb on my tail. I mean, you know he's going to be coming in strong. This is the bigger pin of calves tonight, so I think we're going to see a little bit of a shake-up. The guys that can flank a little better is going to play in their hand. Go ahead.
Yeah, but you look at the aggregate, you know, Riley Webb's right behind him. Shad's got almost 3 seconds on him.
Yeah, but then you guys got guys like Kincaid Henry that are going to come in and play dark horse spoiler in these go rounds too. That's the problem with going out of the average and being in a world title race. You got guys like Kincaid that can come in here and win go rounds. And it's not about just getting through at that point. These round monies are going to pay big dividends. And if you got guys just keep pushing you down the line and knocking a Riley Webb out of getting paid, that could be the difference right there. The dark horses spoilers.
Well, and I think Haven Medjed holds the record right now, but Shad's on course to beat that record in the average right now. So we'll see if he can keep putting those runs together, and maybe he gets a gold buckle and a new record for the average title.
Yeah, the average is so important, and sometimes people don't quite pay attention to it till we're right at the end, and then, oh, it makes a big difference. And speaking of the average titles, in the team roping, we've got another new #1 in the world team that's also #1 in the average.
Exactly, and this team right here we're watching is Dustin Ngasquiza and Levi Lord. They're not #1 in the world, but they did win the round last night, co-champions at 3.8 seconds. It was an exciting round to watch. You know, Dustin, this is his setup. He loves short setups, and Levi was excited to be roping with him because he knows he's going to see that throw over and over and over again. So it was a great team.
Yeah, but looking at this next team, when they didn't start off hot like everybody expected, you know they were going to catch fire. And what a shot right there by Tyler Wade. That steer stepped off to the right with Wesley. Lets that steer have a little bit more room to come around the corner and lets Wesley get a look at him, a better look, because in the team roping, you can get caught up in that wall, only get a couple hops. They set that and executed that run up perfectly.
Well, and Luke, have you ever come in here and had a bad NFR and got it turned around like this with a round win?
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's one-headers. It was always one-headers to me. And you mentioned how important the average is. Yes, it is. But for me, if I knew I went and did my job every night, 10 nights in a row, and maybe I stubbed my toe, but still went and did my jobs the other nights, it was going to pay off. And that's what we're seeing with these guys right here. They're going to keep doing their job.
Yep, doing their job indeed. And we got to look at that #1 in the world, #1 in the average right here, because, man, this team has been doing pretty well so far.
I think so. Andrew Ward is zoned in. Jake Long, I mean, he came out with the tie-dye blazer. What more do you expect? Like, he wants a gold buckle, and it's about time he gets one. I think 16 or 17 national finals qualifications for him. So this team has been exciting to see this year, and just any time you can do good at the Thomas and Mack, it's a phenomenal feat.
Yeah, and looking at the average, what are there 2 teams that are clean on 4 So that's going to play a big role in this too. If they can keep knocking them down, average pays almost $100 grand, keep getting money in the go rounds. They placed all 4 nights. That's going to be a tough team to beat.
A tough team to beat as well. You know, we're talking about them in the average, but look at what they're picking up in the rounds. A tied for a second, a third. Their lowest placing so far out here is 5th. I mean, these guys are on their way to picking up a huge average check, but they're looking to win about a couple $100,000 out of these rounds too as we get down through the week.
Well, and one thing that we saw with Colby Level in 2020, they didn't place it all in the average, and they won a gold buckle because that's how many rounds that they placed in. So anything's possible. You see the average falls apart just a little bit here in the team open. So somebody that hasn't caught, 8, 9, 10 steers is going to win a check.
Well, I think there would be a pretty solid pick, and I don't know if anyone has their team's pick, but if you missed that big game for Pro Fantasy Rodeo, do not worry because we have a game every single night, and that's daily fantasy. Everyone, we need to get in your picks in because it's a $10,000 total payout each and every round. Just scan that QR code, pick your team of who you think is going to be the winner in each and every event. And I mean, I would assume everyone would need to know what we have to say because we're doing pretty good.
Well, I have breaking news. That's why Janie Johnson's not here tonight because Luke kicked her off because she beat him yesterday in the fantasy game.
I haven't been doing very good.
I think I'm right
We've
there.
got Trisha Aldridge down there getting ready. Everyone is so excited to watch her at her first time at the NFR, and she's going to be joining us at the desk next.
Rodeo Live is brought to you by Century Products, official stock tank of PRCA and WNFR.
She is among the top 15 in the world. Tricia, let's spank the pants off of them. Blonde hair flowing in the wind. Adios Pantalones. That's Spanish for goodbye pants. Boy, that was a turn.
I love the hat, Tricia. Wow. Well, he is a beautiful, beautiful horse as well. Come on, Tricia, get the money, get the money. Lady has been winning and winning and winning.
Winning and winning indeed. What a duo it is with Tricia Aldridge and Adios Pantalones. And we have Tricia with us right here at the desk. Thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations on your very first round win last night.
Thank you so much. It's so exciting to be here.
Everyone was very, very excited and very anticipating some amazing things to happen when Adios Pantalones was going to run down that alleyway for the first time at Thomas & Mack. He's got to fulfill everything that you thought he was going to be and possibly more already.
More than you can ever even imagine.
You have documented the whole journey of Adios Pantalones this year, which has been so much fun. And for everybody who doesn't follow you on social media, they should. It's a great, great experience. But you talk about, as you bought him and things like that. Tell us how that story unfolded on how you actually purchased Adios.
Oh gosh, so that year I actually did breed to Tracy, so I had my own colt that was born, and I saw an ad for Adios. He didn't have a name or anything yet, and I saw an ad for him on Facebook from Leslie Bailey, and I just had this feeling that I was just supposed to have him, and I ended up selling the colt that I had, and Cody Bowserman went on to futurity him, and he did really well. And I bought Adios, and so I had the two wheelings together, and anyway, I think I picked the right one, but
Facebook Marketplace comes through in a big way right there.
If you want to go to NFR, look on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that run last night is going to be our Wrangler winning circle moment because, Tricia, you got to help us break down this run. I mean, it had to have felt so good, especially that first barrel.
Oh, yeah. So he's just been coming in pretty strong, and so we just were kind of waiting on him to settle in a little bit, but he's just so honest, and I always feel like as soon as he kind of gets the feel of the ground, he takes care of himself, and last night was definitely a true Adios run, so it was really exciting that he could put it together here.
The crowd was absolutely screaming through the TV. I felt
it.
like I was at the Thomas and Mack. It was phenomenal. But here's Adios' stats. 5-year-old stallion, lifetime earnings $858,000. You're so close to that $1 million mark. All-time futurity winning horse, all-time barrel racing stallion. Why is the $1 million so important to you?
I just think that, it's just something that it's going to take a really long time for someone to take that away from him. So I always thought that he needed to be in the record books, and so I want to make sure that his name is there.
Well, he's well on the way. So one cool thing we got to do a couple nights ago was we have an AI telestration here, and we actually got to watch you. Your top rate speed was 32 miles an hour. So I want you to watch from last night, and let's go through this together.
I saw a little bit of that replay.
Did you? What'd you think?
I felt like I was going 32 miles an hour.
It looked like it. So one of the things I love about this right here is look at that top rate speed you're coming in. You're gassing it on the way in there. You get over there, you did a great leg lift. Second barrel, you're gassing it, turn around. Talk me through this a little bit more.
Oh my gosh. He feels like he runs in so hard and runs out so hard, and it's really cool to see that actually happen.
Well, and I mean 29.8 miles per hour coming in, 29.9 coming out. That third barrel though was tighter than it was a couple nights ago.
Oh yeah, and I really feel like I tell people all the time that I think he runs harder in than he runs out, and this is proof.
It is proof.
Yeah.
And this is such a cool tool. Okay, you turn this third barrel, you tighten the gap right here, and just look at that red line. Like, that just brings me pure joy.
Oh man, yeah, he was on it last night, but I mean, he wants to run in there as fast as he can, and I always joke, because I think the second night I about got dashboarded, but he's just so strong. Like he runs, he gives it everything he's got, and he goes in there as hard as he can, and I mean, he will use his whole body, and he is turning with or without me, but he did take a step and wait for me, so I'm grateful.
Well, and here's a quick comparison of you, Haley Gibson, and then Brittany Posey Tanazi. And it's really cool because they went to the left first, you went to the right. It gets a little wacky here for a second. But, I mean, it shows the comparison of everything. We're going to slow it down here in a second. But I want you to talk me through, could you use this as an athlete to sharpen and get better and faster every night?
I definitely think you could take the angles and stuff to see, like, kind of where people are kind of cutting those corners a little bit. You want to almost start the turns before you're there, but you want to do the least amount of turning because they're the fastest when they're running.
Right.
So.
And it's exciting to see, like, the crossover for me right here is the coolest point because you can see right before you get into the third, you're ahead by just a hair, which was that 13.42.
Actually ahead.
Ahead over her head. Yeah. And that third barrel, like we said, we tightened that up from a couple nights ago, which it gave you the acceleration that you needed on the way home, 13.425. Did it feel as fast as it looked?
It felt really fast, but what's crazy is I still feel like I could even smooth out that first a little bit more with him. So it's exciting that he hasn't even had a perfect run, and it's still.
And you're still winning.
Yeah,
go around.
he's awesome.
I do have to ask, going home, smoking down through the gate that's not very big, how long does it take you to get him stopped?
Oh my gosh, if you watch the replay at the end, he walks out like a turtle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, that's
He's the
something
most
nobody
calm
can see.
horse.
Yeah, but that's stuff people can't see. And,
Yeah.
I've been down there during the barrel race. Sometimes they don't stop till the warm-up pin in the back.
Yeah, I usually have a hat cam on, so a lot of people have gotten to see all year, like, the hat cam view, and, like, as soon as he hits the alley, so his little ears are back, and as soon as he hits, like, the walls on each side, ears go forward, and he just pops into neutral, and like by the end of the alley, he just walks back to the trailer.
Why no hat cam? I think that'd be a cool view for the fans.
I would love to. I did try to get it approved, and no luck.
Copyright laws or something, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
They just didn't want to see how fast Adios was going. And I've got the pleasure to rodeo alongside of you a little bit this year. He is the most laid-back stud that I have ever seen. Literally, he's always laying there in his beautiful bed of shavings by your trailer, just like spa day every day.
Oh, he's very serious about naps. So, very serious.
I heard he's very serious about Pop-Tarts as well.
He loves Pop-Tarts. Like, if he hears the little crinkly wrapper and you don't have a Pop-Tart. But last night, before I even went to the ceremony, I, like, snuck back there really fast and gave him a Pop-Tart.
Well, Tim, when you eat your Pop-Tarts in the morning, don't you be going by Adios or...
Well, at least I know where the spares are at.
What's his favorite flavor?
Blueberry.
Really?
Yeah.
Took him for a strawberry kind of guy.
Yeah.
Well, Trisha, I want to talk a little bit about your first pro rodeo season. As a lot of people know, you were primarily a fraternity rider. Adios has an amazing fraternity career, but then you decided to take him on the pro rodeo trail. I mean, was there anything that kind of shocked you becoming a pro rodeo person compared to a fraternity rider?
Oh my gosh. So, you know, it's a little bit different because in my opinion, it's a lot of strategy, and you just, you know, you have to make a lot of different calls, and when it's maybe not going your way, it might not have anything to do with you or your horse. You know, like it could just be just different. You know, I wasn't where I needed to be in the draw today or whatever, but when stuff goes wrong, you have to like stare out the window for 8 hours, and you're like, cool. So you have to be really mentally tough to just be like, show up and do it again, show up, do it again, show up, do it again, you know. And on this colt, it's been, I think, a different experience because I truly don't feel like he owes me anything. Like, he's already proven all there is to prove, you know, for me. And so I just want to showcase him to the best of my ability. But I feel like when you're coming in here and people have asked, you know, how do you feel in the Thomas and Mack? And I'm like, I just want him to have fun.
Yeah.
Like, if he has fun, he'll take care of me, and we're just going to go have a good time. And when he's him, he's going to go do what he did. So.
And it's amazing to see what you guys have done together as a team. What piece of advice would you give somebody who maybe dreams of one day, they think they have that horse like Adios or a horse that can make it here and wants to do this? What piece of advice would you give them?
I just think that not every horse is going to fit perfectly into the box. And so, you know, I always say reward effort. So I'm really big on like not critiquing too much. You know, when I wasn't having like the perfect runs when I first got here, but I never made any corrections because I know he wants to do the right thing. He was just trying to figure it out. So in practice, I just kept him relaxed, trotted him through, you know, no big deal, no tuning, no training, no nothing. And then he's going to do it. You know, if he gets the opportunity, he'll do it for me.
He's done it.
Yeah, he definitely has. I can't wait to watch him the rest of the rounds because we know that Adios just gets better and better each time, and he hears the roar of the crowd, and I think he kicks it up another gear.
He loves it.
Well, congratulations so far, and good luck the rest of the week. We can't wait to watch you and Adios Pantalones. Tricia Aldridge, professional barrel racer.
She's got all these fans out
so
here.
much.
When we come back, we're going to have a Cade Sonnier piece as well as breaking down all of the rough stock here on Rodeo Live. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Rodeo Live is brought to you by Wrangler. Long live Cowboys.
back. It is time for Rodeo Live to continue. Everybody is having a good time out here in the fan zone in front of the Thomas and Mack, and we're having fun up here on the desk. Welcome, welcome alongside me, Tim O'Connell, Jordan Joe Hollenbaugh, and Luke Branquino. Welcome back, guys.
It's always great to be up here, matching with you guys. Man, we look good tonight.
Don't we? I don't want to know. Yeah, okay.
We got to go right into the bull riding because it was kind of an outstanding spotlight moment for rookie Bryce Jensen, which is very exciting. We've kind of been watching Stetson Wasey, but now finally we got Bryce Jensen here in the fold.
Oh, he showed up and showed out. Finally got on the board last night, and he got on the board in a big way. You expected this out of this rookie because he put on bull rides like this all season long. Sometimes the bright lights of Vegas, the yellow buck and shoots, it can play with your emotions out here. You don't know how to control all that excitement. In round 3, he calms them down, gets the job done, and handled everything. It was so awesome.
And I think, too, to look at here at the standings, I mean, it's just, they're going up and down. I mean, 179, 161 for these rookies. That is a huge number for a rookie bull rider.
Yeah, and you see here in the yellow, these are the 4 competitors in the rookie race here right now that are competing at the national finals. I think when you came into this event, everyone's eyes were on Hudson Bolton. He was the rookie in the PBR. He was an IPRA world champion. He competed on PBR teams. He didn't start rodeo until Reno and then came in the top half of the field. Everyone kind of slated him as the odds favorite to be the Resistol Rookie of the Year when this was said and done. But this rookie race is far from over.
Well, I think the rookie race, but the bull riding in general has been lights out this year. And to be able to see these guys performing on these type of bulls and getting the rides that, let's be honest, there's nights we see 1, 2, 3 rides and it's like, man, so close, but they weren't getting it done. This year, it's a completely different field of bull riders. A lot of the same guys are in here, but they have stepped up their game.
They absolutely have stepped up their game. We have not paid ground money out through 4 rounds. That has been an unheard thing through the course of the last decade, probably.
Absolutely.
There's always been a night where there's only 2 guys, 3 guys ride, and they split $40,000, $50,000 up amongst them because they didn't have enough qualified rides. Through the 4 rounds, we have had 7 rides at least, and no different than most of the rounds, the top guys are stepping up to the plate and taking the big checks, but the rookies are handling their business as well.
It was a night for the rookies last night, and kind of surprising, I gotta say, Wasey nor Stetson rode their bull for 8. Let's look at Stetson first.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, this bull is not known for doing this. You can see he just went out there and looked lost, and he more so ran Stetson off him more than he bucked off him. Stetson's doing everything. Look at how hard he shoves his hips back to his rope. We broke that down in the AI the other day, and you could really see it there. He was doing everything he could, but I mean, this is like a horse running off to you, but you're holding on by a rope.
Yeah, but look at the get off, and I know it's not a get off, the buck off, because Stetson was trying. He was so lucky not to get a foot on him somewhere, or a body for that matter.
Yeah, you want to talk about a game of inches, just getting split like that. This was the big surprise to me. Wasey Shallot bucking off this bull. He is riding him dead easy right here, but right there you've seen that bull suck back up underneath him, and Wasey's 2 feet go off to the one side. This was very uncharacteristic. This was the punch that Wasey needed right here. And when you looked at this the first time, you think he just kind of stepped off. When you watch it and him step back and suck back, I bet the next time he gets it, his rope 6 inches farther back and he gets him rode.
Guy didn't step off.
Yeah, Kai Hamilton though, after the surprising buck off in round 3, he looked like he wanted to get bucked off again. You could see all them practice bulls made the difference right here. That bull hangs the horn. Kai gets in horrible position right here, shakes loose, drops his elbow, and I mean, he rides this bull dead easy. They're all now. Him and Stetson are 3 for 3 in the bull riding, or 3 for 4 in the bull riding. Wasey's 2 for 4. The best guys are stepping up without, you got Stetson right, J.R. Stratford, Kai Hamilton, and then Wasey's right there, T. Hutch is right there. This is a 1 bull race. This aggregate is gonna play a huge factor.
Well, and one thing I think I've been impressed about Kai Hamilton this year, he's just rode so gritty. Each and every ride, he is just holding on, and he's just trying his best, like he ain't going nowhere.
Well, I mean, when you hang out with the Dragon Slayer every week, you're getting on bulls at his house every week. I mean, me and Luke talked about this earlier on his Snapchat. I bet I've seen him get on at least 50 practice bulls in the last 8 weeks, let alone going to some rodeos. He is getting after it. He knows what he do. He's put himself in a bunch of different situations. So when he gets these 10 bulls in front of him, he can handle anything that's thrown at him.
Well, we have a very exciting piece that we're going to highlight of Cade Sonnier. Rodeo, it can take a man very far away from home, but for Joey Sonnier, it took him further than he ever meant to go. The story of Joey and Cade is not your typical rodeo family story. Their relationship was years in the making. Take a look.
Hey, all you got! All you got!
When we tell this story, I guess we've never really gotten full depth of it.
Me and Cade have the relationship now that I thought we'd have when he was younger.
Cade Sonnier wanted to be just like his dad, a rodeo cowboy. He rode sheep and shared Joey Sonnier's dreams of one day making the National Finals Rodeo. But what the young boy didn't see was the quiet struggle his father carried behind the scenes when he was not with his family.
Cade was born in 1999, and I just bought my permit. It was a lot to take in, because I had dreams and goals and aspirations of riding Broncs and making the NFR, and the monies back then wasn't like it was today. So the finance struggle was there, and then the family struggle was there. Back then, substance abuse was like really running rampant in rodeo. I just never did partake in any of that. Like, it wasn't what I wanted. It didn't line up with where I wanted to go. We get into the 4th of July in 2000, and one of my traveling partners got hurt, and the other guy drew bad.
With more than 5 rodeos ahead and no one to drive with him, Joey was handed a small package, a supposed boost to help him make the drive.
He got about 100 miles down the road and couldn't keep his eyes open. He dropped that one little pebble in a cup of coffee, and it kept him up for 3 days, and it happened to be methamphetamines. Started a spiral of 10 years.
I was fined up with the PRCA, trying to get that deal covered, just unpaid entry fees and stuff, and had a kid at home I was trying to take care of financially, school, shoeing horses during the week to pay for all this stuff. Seemed like there wasn't enough hours in the day. So next thing you know, like, I'm doing a little bit every morning to get to shoe more horses. And
I remember being 7, 8, 9 years old, all the way up until I was about 11. I wouldn't see him all the time, but I mean, he was passionate about whatever I wanted to do. You know, he never pushed the rodeo deal on me. I was a pretty decent baseball player, you know, 9, 10, 11 years old, so he went ahead and built me a backstop and built a batting cage. And
I never would bring it around Cade, and I'd come home on the weekends, and nobody knew any different. You know, like, I looked normal, but they didn't know that, like, I was a whole other person over there. 'Cause I was shooting horses at the track. At that time, like, we would be in Shreveport, so like, I'd stay there like 5 nights a week. That's when it was bad. I stayed away from my family at that point. I didn't want them to see me like that.
It wasn't until I was probably about 12 when our relationship just kind of fizzled out.
2013 was like terrible. I was shooting horses for some Mexican guys that were pretty well connected, I guess, in that cartel organization. Somehow, from me shooting horses for them and buying drugs from them, I got hemmed up in a federal investigation.
On July 11th, 2013, Joey turned himself in and was charged with conspiracy to possess or distribute. He spent 60 nights in jail, 41 days in rehab, and another month in sober living. But when he got clean, he realized his greatest loss wasn't the drugs, it was his relationship with his son.
So there was about 3 years there that we didn't speak. For a long time, I felt like I had gotten chosen over. Like, he picked something over me. As a 12-year-old boy, all the way until you're 15 or 16 years old, the real time that you need your dad.
I'd hurt him, you know, and it was hard for him to trust me.
As Joey rebuilt his life, he and Cade slowly began to reconnect. By Cade's senior year, their conversations had turned into second chances. After graduation, Cade was headed to Nicholls State University on a baseball scholarship. The week before school, he went with Joey to some rodeos, a trip that took them from Louisiana to New York to Kansas and back, and changed their relationship forever.
We get to about Shreveport, which is about 3 hours from where we live. And he looks at me and I'll never forget. Like, he had tears in his eyes because he was scared. We had to have a hard conversation. And he had to tell me what really happened and kind of lay everything out there. And I kind of told him how I felt about the whole situation, but I pretty much took everything he didn't do for me, and that's how I learned how to be a man. He said, "Cade, that's been my prayer for you all along." That's when I knew that he was truly sincere.
Man, that was the weekend that we reconnected, you know? Not only did me and him reconnect, but him and Rodeo reconnected.
2018 became a year of rebuilding. Joey guided Cade through a major shoulder surgery that paused his baseball career. And Cade stood by his dad as Joey, at age 38 and 5 years clean, chased his first NFR qualification.
Cade came with us to a couple rodeos in 2018. We went to Mercedes, Texas, and Austin, and you know, I knew that he missed it, and I knew he wanted to do it.
And that December was a national finals, and my dad had made it.
Joey Sonnier from Louisiana.
At his first national finals rodeo, unbelievable talent.
He got a new lease on his life, and folks, it's looking awful good, I can tell you that.
For rounds 3 through 10, I got to be there. And that did it. Like, that was it.
I remember we're leaving, and we're not like 2 hours out of Vegas, and Cade's driving, and I'm in the passenger seat, and he says, 5 years. I thought he was talking about me, like 5 more years, and I'm like, dude, I'm done. And he's like, no, I'm talking about me. He said, 5 years, so we'll be back.
He asked me if I had lost my ever-loving mind.
After 2 major injuries, 1 shoulder surgery, and Tommy John surgery on his elbow, Cade quit playing baseball in January 2021. He told his dad he wanted to ride bareback horses. Cade filled his permit in 2022 and bought his PRCA card in 2023 after only 2 years of riding bareback horses.
He knew the kind of horses I needed to get on, knew where I needed to go, what I needed to do, who I needed to be around. Reality is I've had a pretty expedited path to success, and I attribute a lot of that to my dad.
Things just unlocked. I watched him on his first one at Fort Worth, and like chills ran through my body.
And then he recovers, comes on, finishes his spur ride like, a mangy 85 and a half. Third in the world, second as a rookie. Now go to him, Cade.
In 2023, Cade made his first NFR as a rookie.
Welcome to the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo.
Staying true to his word, 5 years later, he and his dad switched spots, and Joey got to watch Cade ride in the Super Bowl of rodeo.
And here comes another very talented rookie, Cade Sonnier, and he comes in number 3 in the average. Going to put him at the top of the leaderboard.
One thing about recovery is like I don't regret my past because it made me who I am. I always thought, up until Cade was 3 or 4 and he was with me every weekend, I was rodeoing and all of that stuff, we have the relationship like I always knew we'd have, you know?
My dad's my best friend. I don't know where I'd be without him.
You know, my rodeo career has been tied to this story from the get-go. When I came in 2013, I was around that. I knew of the situation of Joey and what he went through and through the arrests and the rehabilitation. And to see his career finally come to the National Finals Rodeo in 2018 and fulfill that lifelong dream, you couldn't help but feel so proud of him. And then to bring it back full circle, Cade Sonnier on his rookie year, Cole calls me asking me to be a traveling partner, and I took Cade in, and I got to be a part of his start in rodeo as well. Over the course of the last 2 years, we've got to travel together, be brothers. You know, this family is amazing. Their story is remarkable of second chances and hard luck. And unfortunately, rodeo is a tough business. It will chew you up and spit you out. But I'm so thankful that those two have the relationship that they do now. And Cade is making an amazing career.
He really is. All eyes are going to be on Cade Sonnier, I'm sure. And all eyes are going to be on the TV pen as well tonight. We're talking Virgil is up, coming up next.
Virgil. Virgil, F13 from C5 Rodeo.
There's not very many horses that come around like that very often.
Big, strong, and what you think of when you picture the best horse in the world should be.
There's only a select few horses that have won the Bareback halter and the Saddle Bronc halter. It's made a lot of people a lot of money, that horse.
I wanted Virgil for a long time.
Probably couldn't draw it up any better than having Horse of the Year in Vegas.
Money, the round win. That's the first thing that goes through my head, definitely. It's like, yep, that's the round win.
Lots of money.
Hats off to C5 for that incredible horse.
What a cool horse. He's always cool to watch, and he's got quite a big personality, I heard, too.
He does. So as a breakaway roper, we don't really get to be on the rough stock shoots a whole lot, but at the Honda Rodeo, I got to actually watch Bradley Miller get on this horse, and I didn't even know it was Virgil until he walks in. He's so confident, and just watching this horse's eyes, like he was all business. He turned around, looks at Bradley Miller, turns back around, and then takes a deep breath. But I was telling Tim about it, and he's like, Virgil has 2 goes. So I want you to tell me about that.
Yeah, Virgil, he's got such a personality, and he's the biggest horse that shows it too. When he takes his head and sticks it over the buck and shoots, you know you're about to have a chance to be in the high 90s, not just 90. He's going to go out and probably make that big S trip. But if he comes in there with an attitude and puts his head down, you're babying him up. You're trying to do everything you can, because if he keeps that head down, he's going to go left, and he is all there. He's all business. He's extremely difficult. And you know what? With Virgil retiring, he's going to go out on top. He's a legend of the sport. He's going to get 2 halters in the bareback riding, 1 in the Bronc, the 6th horse in the world to ever do it. He's going to go out as the legend he always deserved to be.
Oh, yes, rightfully so. We're all very excited to watch Virgil tonight. And last night, we got to talk about the champion Stetson Wright really making a great ride.
I mean, Stetson Wright, what can you say about Stetson Wright? You wondered how he'd handle it coming back here. He handles it like a champ. First guy out of the bucking chutes, too, in the eliminator pin. It's flashy, it's snappy. Stetson Wright is so on his A game. It is so difficult to win a go-round being the first guy out of the chutes with the next 14 guys going behind you. It's definitely an advantage to be in the back 5. Stetson Wright, it doesn't matter where he's in the lineup.
Yeah, but this ride was amazing. But how about the victory lap?
I tell
Best
you,
ride of the night.
I mean, best ride of the night.
I mean,
Look
you
at-
want to talk about throwing some tricks at you. This is like a show horse. Now, let me tell you what he's got to do here. Position. He's got to get his body forward. He's got to get his eyes down. He's hooking in with those spurs at the back. I think the biggest mistake he made here was throwing his hat to the ground so he couldn't just give him the Ohio silver.
You know, Lindsay Sumter told me they get horses all around the world because they have to have all black horses here in the Grand Entry and the Victory Lap horses, so you never know what you're going to get on. But to me, he became a true cowboy finishing this ride here last night.
Yeah, but you know what I was thinking the whole time? I was like, don't pull a groin, don't pull a groin, don't pull a groin. That's what was going through my head.
That's
Don't
'cause he's
do
on
it.
your fantasy.
Can you imagine?
Yes, he's on my fantasy
To go
team.
out in that way, that would just be terrible. But where he's good, he's stayed on, and he's been staying on because he's '1 man right now in the aggregate for the saddle bronc riding.
And it's not surprising that we're seeing two rights at the top of this list. Either Zeke Thurston coming in there fourth. We got 8 world titles in the top 4 right now. The cream is rising to the top in the first 4 go-rounds, and I'm excited for the next 6 in this Bronc riding.
How about, though, Lefty Holman? I mean, nobody's talking about him, and he is slowly rising to the top.
Yeah, Lefty's coming back up. And you know what the biggest thing for me is, and I don't want to shine down on Lefty because his story's so great, but these horses are so great tonight. And the black tie is out with Zeke Thurston. This horse, a 93 in Sheridan. I mean, every time you get on this horse, it's not can you be 90, can you be 94, can you be 93 and a half, can you be 93? They win everything on this horse. There's so much style, there's so much flash. She is what the epitome of a beautiful bronc is.
Well, and if anybody can do it, it's Zeke Thurston because he dresses anything and everything up. Oh, hey, wait, is that you? Who's that guy?
This was 8 years ago today when I got to get on Virgil for the very first time in the eliminator pin. This was the most exhilarating ride of my career. I tied the arena record for that time before Clayton Bigelow and Virgil broke it later, 2 years later with a 93. That's everything Virgil is. You know, he's big, fast, agile when he moves. He gives you that opportunity. He truly is a once-in-a-lifetime horse.
Oh, man. Very good ride, by the way. Bravo, bravo. All right, Luke, we got to get right into the steer wrestling because it was pretty exciting last night. We had a tie, Tucker Allen and Will Loomis.
Yeah, you got a real little guy. Tucker's not little, but they call him that. But then you got a real big guy, Will Loomis, and made stud runs 4 flat. The start is what is so important here for both these guys. Now, that steer tried and really ran hard. Tucker did a good job getting his head cracked. Hung him up just a tick, but doesn't matter. He got the win, and then Will Loomis is doing what he has to do, especially with 2 no times, if he wants to keep himself in contention for that gold buckle, and he did exactly what he needed to do right there. Great start, great run. Will was on fire last night.
Ty Erickson, I'm very impressed with him. I know we've been talking about him, but man, has he just come here and made the Thomas and Mack Arena his home.
Yeah, and this would really be, and not even a mistake, that steer stumbled and stepped to him a little bit, which made him off to the left, and he just went and made a businessman's run right here. And look out for Ty Erickson. He will be challenging for that gold buckle.
And Luke, talk to me a little bit more about these steers. They've looked tough all week. We saw first round they were late. Then that round last night they took a start. They broke a lot of barriers.
Yeah, and you know, that pin of steers was tough. They had trouble the first night, last night barriers, but this pin of steers tonight, they're all really good. You should see a lot of fast times, especially since they got to run them in the second round. They're going to know what they're going to do, know how to go at them. You know, if a steer leaves and runs, better max the barrier out. If you have an average one, still max the barrier out.
Yeah, we got to take a look at those projected world standings. If it ended right now, Tucker Allen is the one that will be walking away with that gold buckle, but we'll see. It's only round 5. We will see. It's going to be very exciting. We're going to take a very quick break. We'll be right back. We're getting closer and closer to rodeo time. Stay tuned.
Rodeo Live is brought to you by Tractor Supply. For life out here.
it's getting closer and closer. If you have not scanned that QR code yet, you better right now, because $10,000 payout every single night sounds pretty nice for PFR Daily Fantasy. And how's everyone doing in their fantasy league right now? Luke?
We're not even halfway through. I don't even know what everybody's making a big deal about.
Well, we did pick 4 tonight in the bareback riding. I went with Rocker Steiner. I didn't know the draw before, Tim. I don't know. Don't come at me, but, you know, Rocker's #1 in the world, and he's been rocking.
Yeah, you're always the last one to put in your picks, and it is going to be Rocker Steiner tonight. Bareback horse of the year, #1 guy in the world. This is a dream matchup for Rocker tonight.
I went with Cade Sonnier after having him on the NFR final last night. He's coming in with confidence. He's got some momentum going. I can't count against him.
I don't know if you guys seen what happened last night in the bareback ride with Weishi Shala winning the round with Brigand that wasn't his. I'm going to roll with that tonight.
All right, well, in the steer outsman, I'm going Ty Erickson. Like we just talked about, it really seems like he's just been doing good, and I don't imagine him slowing down at any point.
I don't imagine a 5-time world champion slowing down either.
What he said.
Yeah, Ty Erickson's going to go get it on.
I'm not cheating, I swear. All right, in the saddle bronc riding, I went with Stetson Wright.
You guys can go with Stetson Wright, but Virgil's retirement NFR, first trip out. He's always had the best trip on the night #1 that he goes out. Brody Crest, it doesn't matter who draws him. Him and Virgil are going to the South Point. Him and Virgil, bold prediction, going to break Billy Etbauer's record.
This is us being naive and not knowing where the draw's at.
Yeah.
My guy got on 2 bucking horses last night, covered them both. I'm going with him. Stetson.
All right, well, in the barrel racing, I had to go with Tricia Aldridge, huge fan of Adios Pantalones, and she came on the show. It's good luck.
I also like Pop-Tarts, so I went with Tricia Aldridge.
And I like a winner.
Caitlin Scott's got it for me.
Not wearing pink either. You just didn't want to match us. It's fine. It's okay. I want to thank everyone for joining me here at the desk today. Everyone joining us at home and watching us live here right in the fan zone. Please join us every single night for Rodeo Live presented by Tractor Supply. But for now, we got to kick off the main show. We will see you all tomorrow. Everyone have a great night.